Hi Virgo, and welcome to your Spiritual Path Tarot reading. This is for those of you who are spiritually gifted or those of you who are on a spiritual journey at this time. So Virgo, we have a lot of great astrology going on in July. So again, month of healing, month of reconnecting, purging, completing cycles, forgiveness, just like a lot of beautiful stuff. So let's pull a card here, Virgo, to see what your overall focus and energy is regarding your spirituality for July. Okay, so we have expansion, educate your mind and senses. Nice, Virgo. This is great energy. Those of you who are spiritually gifted, this right here is your confirmation that it is time to take your gift to the next level. The things that you've been thinking about. Example for me personally is, you know, I'm an intuitive tarot card reader, and I've been working with Heather Filona, Medium on a Mission. She's a fantastic medium, and she's helping me develop that skill within myself. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. What is the next level for you, Virgo? Because that energy is trying to come into your life, okay? You've been thinking about it. You've been seeing signs and synchronicities, or July is going to present something brand new that you've never thought of or heard of before, and it's going to really capture your interest. You need to follow it all the way through because you are being grown and expanded in your spiritual gifts in the month of July. It is time for the next level. Those of you on a spiritual journey, what I see with this is it's time to open yourself up to truly new belief systems. What do I mean by that? So if you've been feeling like nothing's ever going to change, it's always the same thing, nothing's ever going to change, it's always the same thing, you've really got to shift that thinking in your head. I'll give you a personal example. I got really burned in a relationship and then just some friendships, and so I got really tainted towards love and romance in general, just overall across the board. And you know, I just had kind of a hopeful attitude about it, that it would happen, but my overall energy was kind of negative about it. Like I was really sucked in to what had happened to me in many relationships and kind of hopeless that it would ever be different, you know, but having that glimmer that just maybe, well, that's not going to get me anywhere. And so something that I started doing is just every day saying I allow myself to open my heart to giving and receiving love. And it just that simple, Virgo, that's all I did. I opened my heart to giving and receiving love, and I just repeated it, you know, throughout the day. And in moments I would kind of spend just a minute in meditation, imagining the good feelings about love and connection, giving and receiving love. And that really changed a lot of things for me. So it's those of you on spiritual journey, July is presenting you the opportunity and the chance to start shifting your belief systems and opening yourself up to better. It's like Virgo deserves better than the belief system that you currently hold for yourself. You can have dreams and goals, but the underlying vibration, Virgo, is there is a part of you that disbelieves that these things are possible for you more than the part of you that believes they are. And you need to shift the scales and really believe in the magic that you are and the magic that is at your fingertips. And it's all about that mind, okay? So for those of you on a spiritual journey, it's time to expand that mind and really start believing in the good for you and that it can happen. I don't care how bad the past was. Start working on those belief systems. Sleep meditations, really good to help with that. Tons of free ones on YouTube. Chakra balancing while sleeping, very effective as well. Reiki, also nice. Okay, so it is about expansion. Those of you spiritually gifted, like I said, it's also time for you to go to the next level. So let's pull some more cards. All right, that one flipped. Ooh, astrology. Okay, that's kind of a little bonus, and we'll get to that in a minute because that one flipped around. All right, so in your heart space, Virgo, we have spiritual companion. In your mind, we have spiritual business. Look at this. In your soul, we have dream messages. Oh my goodness, Virgo, yes, this is fantastic. And in the body, star beings. In the physical, Virgo, oh, you do not need to feel alone. You do not need to feel that you don't deserve beautiful things, my friend. Yes, you do, okay? Let's start with this. Spiritual companion, that's what's going on in the heart space. Virgo, whether it's like a friend, just a normal friend, a romance, or like a spiritual companion, another person who is spiritually gifted or interested in spiritual things, like that's what's in your heart space. That is what's meant to come to you, to be with you, okay? In the mind, we have spiritual business. This tells me, Virgo, if you are not currently in practice sharing your spiritual gift, it's time for you to start considering that and believing that expansion. Or Virgo, it's time to expand your business. It's time to expand your spiritual gift, okay? And if you feel that you need help or you need like a business partner, a spiritual companion type of business partner, or romance, it's in your heart space. It's there. That energy exists. It can manifest into reality. You've just really got to believe that and open yourself up to the universe to bring in those resources you need. Those of you looking for confirmation, am I supposed to have a spiritually based practice? Am I supposed to use my spiritual gifts as my source of income? Yes, you are. Here is your confirmation of that, Virgo, okay? And that leads me to this astrology card. Some of you have an interest in astrology and you need to take it further. You really need to expand your education, okay? For all of you, whether spiritually gifted or on a spiritual journey at this time, Spirit is really pushing you to look at your astrology, like your natal chart, dig deep within it, because there's information and messages and answers that you've been putting out to Spirit that you'll find in that information. Also, really closely pay attention to the astrology, your personal astrology for July. You can, there's tons of free websites where you could just type in like daily astrology, see where the planets are. What does that mean? Well, what does that mean for Virgo? Like, really follow your astrology in July, because some of you, it's like you need to come into full awareness of our connection to the celestial above and how it affects us and what each planet means, and when it's in this sign and that sign. Like, some of you really need to dig much deeper into your personal astrology or into astrology in general, and that's where we expand, because with that within you, you've had practice in previous lifetime. Trust me. To me, astrology is more in depth than a freaking tarot deck, okay? Like, or oracle cards or any sort of divination tool. There is no end to astrology. Man, it goes so deep. Layer upon layer in every, just, yeah. So those of you who feel a calling towards that, you've been working with astrology and learning it over lifetimes, okay? And so once you start getting back into it, it's going to activate you and awaken you. Others of you looking into your astrology, paying more attention to your astrology, is also going to activate you and answer questions that you've had, okay? Some of you, going to an astrologist, getting your chart read, is going to help you make sense of your, like, the karmic relationships in your life, twin flame, what you're supposed to do as a career, etc. Okay, some of you, I highly recommend getting your chart read professionally. Do a Google search, look for somebody who has amazing reviews and go with that person, okay? Now, moving on to dream messages. This is at the soul. You're being given a lot of information, Virgo, in the month of July from your spiritual team and in the physical star beings. That to me is star seed connection. So if you've had any sort of thought that you were a star seed, or you have this, calling for that, really interested in like the Pleiades and all of those. There's so much information on the internet for that. I don't want to go into specific, but if you feel that calling, really look into that, because with the star beings there, Virgo, you do have connection to other star systems and information that's coming through in your dream time. And those of you that are on a spiritual journey, you may not be as open and expanded in your crown chakra, so your spiritual team or these other star beings come to you in your dream time and talk to you and communicate with you in that space and give you insight. And also with astrology and star beings, I mean, hello, there's the connection right there, just confirmed. Secondly, so if you were questioning, am I a star seed? And if you've been questioning this, then yes, this is your confirmation of you are that. And definitely look into it and pursue that further, expanding and opening to your star family, okay? For the rest of you, pay attention to those dreams. You're getting a lot of insight, maybe even premonition about your business, how to open it, what your avenue is, just maybe even ideas and things that you've never even thought of, okay? Dreams, very important for Virgo. So let's pull some tarot dice. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, so a lot of worry going on. A lot of feeling restricted, not knowing which way to go. And Virgo, it's time to just let those worries fall to the wayside. It is your time to rise and expand, because now we have the Six of Swords, which is all about moving on to smoother waters, right? Okay, Four of Pentacles, money could be a little bit tight. Now we have the Two of Cups. That goes back to the spiritual companion. And lastly, we have strength, okay? So Virgo, listen, you're not going to be alone on your journey. In July, Spirit is aligning some of you to new spiritual companions. Some of these are for like business. Others are for your spiritual growth and, just for you to have companionship and somebody you can relate to. Others of you, this very well could be talking about twin flame energy, you coming together with the twin flame, or maybe it's time to really expand your belief about twin flame union, because that to me is a part of your spiritual journey this lifetime, is being in a union, a twin flame union with somebody else. Could be a Leo even with the strength dice there. But Virgo, it's like there's nothing that you need to worry about. Everything that's going on in your life, everything that's like shifting and changing, falling away, is preparing for this expansion, this elevation for you, where you're moving on to calmer waters. And I do feel like money might be tight. You may just be starting out your spiritual business. Give it time, Virgo. Give it time. There's people that are going to come in that are going to help you, that are going to support you, that are going to help open doors for you. You've just got to trust the process and know that, it's a growing thing. It took me, I started my channel in September of 2015. And for about 2 years, I uploaded very sporadically, okay? It wasn't until November 2017 that I really started focusing on this. And that just made me realize I've been doing this solid for almost 2 years. Wow. Two of Cups. So where I was in October 2017 to where I am right now, June 2019, Virgo, worlds apart. And there is a lot of things that shifted and changed in my life. You know, I did go through money struggles, transitioning from having a corporate job, going into doing YouTube full time, and, you know, doing the readings. It was a huge financial struggle and change for me, almost to the point where I just about gave up. But Spirit was like, nope, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I did. And Virgo, it paid off. And I finally reaped the reward of progress, of dreaming, of doing everything you can do with what you have right now today in this moment. Like, I'm now reaping the rewards of that. And Virgo, I see that for you guys. So those of you, you know, trying to do spiritually based business, if there's any sort of struggle financially, don't give up, okay? Don't. It's just part of the process. And through those financial struggles, it really grew me in different ways that I had never experienced before. And it allowed a lot of really fun and neat things to take place in my life that, had I been very financially comfortable, that those things just wouldn't have happened. And I'm grateful for them. And I'm grateful that I know what it's like to starve and go hungry and not be able to pay your bills and get your car repossessed because you're chasing your dream. I am so grateful for that now. At the time, no way, no how was I happy about it. I was crying. I was scared. But you know what, Virgo? Now I'm grateful because it makes my achievements so much more meaningful to me, because I know where I was and what I had to sacrifice and the struggle that it takes, the strength to get to your dream, to make your, you know, goals manifest into reality. And Virgo, you will. So those of you struggling with this, trying to, you know, get your business going, just don't give up. You will get there, okay? Others of you, this to me is more relationship based, and like it's time to, you know, let the past go. Let Spirit bring in new connections. You're expanding, you're elevating, Virgo. So let's pull some more cards. All right, that one didn't want to go. It did. Oh, that one wanted to go. Okay. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Yeah, mastery. That's coming out right here on this Nine of Swords. Virgo, no matter what's going on, like, don't give up. You're moving through a process. You're going through a cycle. You're growing. You're expanding. Don't be afraid to take yourself to the next level, to push those limits, okay? It is time to learn new things and to shift belief system and believe that you can and you will, no matter how hard it's been. Yes, next out, Nine of Intuition. That's coming out on this Six of Swords. Virgo, your spiritual gifts are on point, okay? Even those of you just on a spiritual journey, you are highly intuitive right now and really picking up on the vibes of the universe and messages coming through in your dreams. Next out, we have the Six of Intuition sitting on top of this Four of Pentacles. So this is about like clinging to the past, okay? And clinging to a past that isn't the greatest to you, despite the memories or connections, whatever. Virgo, we've got to forget about what's happened to us up to this point and shift that belief system into the possibility of what has never been for you before, because that is where Spirit is trying to take you. On top of that Two of Cups, we have the Lessons Mentor. This right here is energy. This is the hardest mentor of the deck. Incredibly painful lessons learned through this particular person, this energy, connection near and dear to your heart. Listen, whatever this relationship is for you, it's time to let it go. Let it go, Virgo. Mastery. You have completed this cycle with this energy, with this person, with this experience, with this emotional baggage. This could be multiple people, okay? For some of you, you've come to the end of that cycle. It's time to let it go so Spirit can expand you, break you out of an old mold and bring you into the new. Yes, because look at this universal reflection. And that sits on top of your strength. And that's exactly what I was just saying. You know, how at the time I was going through all of this, I was not happy about it. I was not pleased. It didn't feel like it was in my highest good. But now, universal reflection, looking back, seeing how all the pieces fit and how each step led to the next and where it took me and led me and the way I've grown from that point till now. Virgo, that's where you're headed. And some of you, I feel, are completing this in July. Like, you are at that space where you're like, oh my God, I made it. Some of you, this isn't about struggle. This is where you've made it. You are now starting to reap those rewards of your efforts of chasing your dream and never backing down and never letting go. And Virgo, all of you guys, whether spiritually gifted or on a spiritual journey, highly supported right now and guided by the non-physical star seeds. Those of you star seeds, that connection to your star family coming in so very strong. Also, just because astrology and star beings, the best natal chart reading I've ever had was by the girls at starseedline.com or starseedhotline.com. Their belief systems are very different than mine. Like, I'm not promoting what they believe, but them girls can read a chart. I'll tell you that. Best chart experience I ever had. All I did was send my birth info and money, and she sent me back, you know, a picture of my chart and then like an MP3 file of her reading it, and that's all. And she nailed me, and so listen, those of you who feel like that starseed connection, highly recommend you get your natal chart read by those ladies. It was like $25 when I had it done back in like 2012-ish, 2011, 2012-ish. So it could be more now, but anyways. So let's pull a final card, Virgo. Recognition. Yes. This, Virgo, okay, whether it's about your business, spiritually based practice, or relationships, this is the month where things are starting to turn around, and it all begins in your mind, in your belief system. And as you change how you think and feel about you and what's possible for you, the whole world around you responds and recognizes your worth, recognizes your value, okay? Those of you in the business where this is all about, you know, trying to get your practice going, you're gonna get there. That's the confirmation. Others of you, you've been at this, and finally now you are on that other side. You are starting to reap the rewards of your effort, and you're gonna, you know, look back and be grateful for all the sacrifice, everything that you've gone through because of where you stand right now today. All right. So Virgo, this is a beautiful message all the way across the board. It's time to let the past go and small beliefs of ourselves so that new connections can come in and you get the love and recognition you deserve. Pay attention to those dreams. Lots of information coming through the dream time. So Virgo, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.